Imagine a city close to Manila that had stunning views and a surprisingly cooler temperature. Crazy. A city filled with a vibrant market, beautiful people, and a tropical culture. In this video, we go on an adventure, and we meet an accomplice along the way.
Nice.
And from trying out the mouth-watering Bulalo, and even discovering my new favorite fruit, which was surprisingly delicious. I knew the city's diverse culture would leave me in joy with a story we would never forget. This is Tagaytay City. So we had to travel by bus, and after reaching the hotel, we were greeted with a beautiful sign and a really good service.
Look at this place.
The place was so clean and cozy.
It's so well maintained.
We admired the place for a little bit, but we didn't have plans to stay long.
Look at how beautiful this is.
It was a much colder escape than the heat of Manila, but we had a whole day ahead of us, so we needed to get going.
Compared to Manila.
But it's raining.
So we immediately grabbed a hot breakfast of beef and fish and then met our go-to guy, Meet Rex, our resident tuk-tuk driver known for his exceptional motor skills, great communication, and an overall charming man.
This is Rex.
Yeah, Rex.
Rex seemed to know all the hot spots. And the first place he took us was this beautiful restaurant that overlooked the infamous Taal volcano. Just look how cute these kubus are.
It's a neat little restaurant. What's the name of this restaurant?
Island Dreamer, sir.
Island Dreamer.
The volcano nearby is one of the most active volcanoes on the planet. But due to the lack of time, we couldn't go there. And you can go by boat if you want, but getting close to an active volcano didn't seem like a good idea. I really wanted to go to the other part of the city that had a market. This market wasn't like any other I'd seen before. Also, Rex had a very interesting personality.
You know how to drive like this car?
I've never driven a car like this before.
This car is we call tuk-tuk.
Tuk-tuk. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuk-tuk. Because in whole Asia, this is called the tuk-tuk. Especially in Thailand, Bangladesh, India.
Tagaytay had strict rules when it came to motorcycle rentals, and so tuk-tuks were the only way to easily get around this area. So it's safe to say that without Rex, this trip wouldn't even be possible. He took us to some fancy spots that we never would have found on our own. We admired the pretty views and impressive architecture, but when we said we didn't want to buy anything, they asked for a 200 peso entrance fee.
And then there is the fruit market.
Okay. So it's just along this street?
Yeah, just the long street and then also inside.
The Tagaytay market was large and impressive. It had everything from basic needs like plates, buckets, and brooms to stereos, phones, and clothes. It felt like a Filipino version of Walmart.
It's like all the essentials that you need. Has everything. Sophie lives here. Would this be kind of the place where you just came to get everything?
Yeah, I get everything.
There were a bunch of different sections in the market, and the next section was the meat section. To Joy, this was business as usual, but to me, it was culture shock. But even more shocking was when she told me she used to work in a market like this, but only for $16 a month. And if the mice ate any of the items, they would deduct it from her pay. It just goes to show the lengths people would go to survive and still have a smile on their face.
Like how long do you think it would take and all this would be sold out and gone?
But for some reason, I was so fascinated by the amount of eggs that they had lying around.
Wow, that's a lot of eggs. One tray, so that's two and a half dozen for 270 pesos. Half tray, oh, so 114 for a dozen. Now let's go find the fruit side. Maybe we can get some.
The other side of the market was a complete change of environment. You could see how skilled a lot of these people were, and how much effort they put into their craft. Many of these people didn't have a lot, but they seemed to be holding it all together. It just goes to show how the culture is like here, and their entrepreneurial nature was very admirable. And I was just surprised by the rich variety compared to what you see in America.
This puts the farmers markets to shame where I'm from. What's this? Oops.
There were a lot of strange fruits that I've never seen before.
They feel like potatoes. They look like potatoes, but they're not.
And I wanted to try some of them, but I wasn't sure if it was safe.
I'll get sick.
No, you're not gonna get sick.
So Joy bought a few of them. We paid and quickly went back to our place to give them a taste test.
That is our driver right there. Langutan.
Yeah, for me, all these fruit names were really hard to pronounce.
Take off the shell.
And after taking a quick bite,
It kind of tastes like kiwi. Mangosteen. Mangosteen.
Rock like this, so you can open it up like that.
Oh, it's similar to this.
Most people, they boil the pork, the steak, and then they drink the soup.
It looks exactly. That's sweeter. And tartar.
Let me show you how to open this potato. Just joking, but you do have to make sure not to eat the seeds.
Squirts all over my GoPro. Delicious.
Delicious?
And you know we had to try Tagaytay's famous delicacy before ending the night.
So this is the capital of Bulalo. This is just highly recommended. The most highly. Look at that. Yeah, this is so good, so tasty. It's so soft.
So day 2 had a completely different adventure for us.
There we go. We just got into People's Park,
In Tagaytay.
and I spilled most of my coffee on the way here. And now we're walking up this giant hill.
I could eat food for sure.
Are you hungry? Breakfast. Food already. Thank you.
I'll never get over the fact that Filipinos love to take photos of everything. After messing around for a little bit, we went back outside to the observation deck to let it all soak in.
Where am I? Tagaytay. I never say it right.
What is this?
This is the People's Park. You do that? Is that like a superstition?
I don't know.
The next stop on our tour was a fancy secluded community where neither Joy or I felt very comfortable.
Is this the Sky Park? Windmill? Oh,
Okay, so we didn't stay too long.
surrounded by pine trees. And it looks like a mix between Idaho and Switzerland. Do we need to get fancier?
This is really nice.
Really fancy.
On our way to the next destination, I wanted to ask Rex some questions because things just didn't seem to add up in this town.
How do people make money here?
The other businessman built their own hotel and then the restaurant, and the other sell pasalubong, you know pasalubong?
No.
Chips or espasol.
Okay.
The food delicacy here in Tagaytay. Then the other is sell fruits, driver like me.
Tagaytay was such an expensive place to live, I was trying to ask Rex what the non-rich locals did for a living here. But we kind of had a hard time understanding each other.
You understand?
Our next stop was this beautiful garden called Perlos? We took way too much footage, but Joy loved it.
Where are we at now, my love?
At Sunflower Farm.
There were a few other stops, and then we finally made it to an amusement park called Sky Ranch.
Sky Ranch. And it costs $2. $2 to get into an amusement park with roller coasters. Crazy.
I've never heard of dragon fruit before, so we got some dragon fruit juice. And Joy didn't ever really want to spend money on rides or games, but she loved just watching everybody else. But I insisted that we at least try to play one, even though we knew it was completely rigged. But here we are failing at a rigged game.
Hey, too strong, boss. Hey, one more, madam. Panalo na. Isa na lang. Ayan na, pangalawang bola. Lumabas naman, madam. Same play na din. Hey.
Wow.
Last
Come on,
game,
how you
bossy.
doing?
Last game.
After a few days escaping the heat, we were ready to get back to Manila for the remaining few days we'd be together.
Back to Manila.
Saying goodbye was harder to deal with during this trip, knowing how hard it was to be apart for so many months.
It's McDonald's.
A long-distance relationship definitely feels like a roller coaster. But maybe it's the ups and downs that make the ride more exciting.
Rule number 1: we're not going to pull out any of our teeth anymore. Okay? Even that's what they do in the Philippines.
What if it's her?
If it hurts, we go get it fixed. We're not going to
What
pull
if
it out.
it's already broken?
Show the world your mouth. You have 3 pulled out teeth.